Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I've got a special guest replay featuring Scarecrow, who is playing the Tier 9 German tank destroyer, the Waffle. And in this video he's gonna show us a replay he had on Erlenberg. And as the title suggests, it goes on to be a pretty fantastic game by all accounts. So yeah, we're gonna see how he gets on. He is actually bottom tier in this matchup, so yeah, it's not great, I guess, because most of us would want to play top tier, but I'm sure it'll be fine. He'll get on okay. Yeah, he's in sort of an absolutely fantastic tank destroyer. I mean, I've featured the Waffle countless number of times on the channel, to be honest, and reason being, I absolutely love it. It's probably one of my favourite, tank destroyers, if not definitely my favourite tank destroyer at tier 9, but one of my favourites in the game, just because it's just ridiculously good in terms of its gun. It's very accurate, very punchy. It's got fantastic camo. And yeah, its mobility isn't too bad. It's not quick, but it's not awful, I guess. Had more sluggish TDs, but yeah. So anyway, so it's going to get into the gameplay and see how Scarecrow gets on. Gets a nice shot into that medium tank across the way there. Now it's made its way up to on the K line, which is an interesting play. I'll be honest, not a play I'd make, but I think this is one of those high risk, high reward type scenarios. And to be fair, yeah, he's already racked up 2.1k early on in the game, so that in my standard is pretty, it's pretty good going. In your first 2 minutes and you're already up to 2k. That's a good amount of damage to be doing sort of early doors. But it's decided to pull back here. The team's pretty stagnant, which, to be fair, is kind of, it's the usual on Erlenberg, particularly on this spawn. You tend to find that most of the team is going to sit up on the hill, and I think that's sort of, Scarecrow has sort of realised this and decided that if he gets caught out, you see that leopard 1 there. Yeah, if he'd sort of stayed any longer in that position where he was at, that leopard 1 more than likely would have caught him out, and it would have been game over, basically, because you're not going to get out of that situation in time at all in a Waffle. There's just no chance. But he gets out, gets a lovely shot on that light tank there, putting him down to a 1-shot. I think he's going to try and see if he can get the kill shot here. Just derps the floor, unfortunately. And doesn't quite get the kill shot, which is a shame, but he's going to try again. Hopefully he'll get this one, and he does. Leads that in nicely to picking up his first kill, and also a very important kill as well, because again, taking out a light tank on a map like Erlenberg is very beneficial for yourself and your team, because the chances of you getting lit are going to be slim now, or less likely, should I say. Takes a blind fire there on the K line, just because, let's say, the leopard was back there at some point earlier, and it's worth taking a pop shot just in case anybody is there trying to sort of wait and get shots. Gets a nice kill shot into an object 268 there. Again, another dangerous tank taken out, and picks up his second kill in the process, and not far off of 4k damage here. So yeah, again, a nice decent amount of damage to put himself up to. Still got all his hit points as well, so doesn't have to worry too much about potentially making some gambles if needs be. But luckily he's got this light tank that's moving up, so hopefully won't need to sort of take any gambles to go and potentially spot up any targets, and just sort of sit at the back here safely, playing that traditional TD role, which essentially is what you want to be doing in the mini Waffle, is playing that traditional TD role, because it is a traditional TD. It's you know, lightly armoured. It relies on its camo, and yeah, so the light tank does get taken out by the enemy Waffle, but you know, Scarecrow does manage to put a shot in, which is good. He tries taking a blind fire there, but unfortunately that one doesn't hit. Now, I think both light tanks are out the game now. I don't think there was any more than one. So it's sort of even on terms of where the vision is concerned. We've got this Leopard 1 sort of rolling around here, and Scarecrow's going to get a shot in there. He does. Ideally, we'd like to sort of take that tank out if possible, because that's your next threat in terms of view range. Again, the Leopard has got very good concealment. Probably not as good as the Waffle, but it's still, yeah, it's got fantastic view range. So, you know, those two things combined, it's going to be a bit tricky for Scarecrow to sort of potentially, again, like I say, go maybe move forward and play a bit more of a risky play. But he does line up the shot there on that M60 and takes that guy out. But you see what I was saying about the Leopard sort of, you know, free roaming around. You know, he's managed to lie up Scarecrow, which is unfortunately, Scarecrow hits a lovely blind fire in there. And is up to 5.5k damage there, and I'm pretty sure that Leopard will now be on a one shot. So fingers crossed, if he gets lit up again, Scarecrow can take him out and get rid of that threat of being lit up altogether. But if not, you know, hopefully that Leopard will play a bit more passive now, and it will give Scarecrow a bit more free reign to play this side and again potentially move up and get some spots. But he's noticed some tanks on the onto his right flank here, which looks like it's being attacked by the enemy team. But they've now disappeared, but chances are they're just sort of playing on the ridge in front. You can see there. That's exactly what this Ruthless has done, is sort of playing the ridge. But luckily Scarecrow is in a position where he could get the shot off as soon as that guy was spotted. And he does so, picking up his 4th kill in the game. So now it's kind of the patience game, really. His team are 2 tanks down, and the map control is, well, kind of non-existent here. But like I say, with this spawn on Erlenberg, it's quite normal, really. But all he's got to do is just be patient. This E4 has decided that he's going to go wandering, and you can see there was a tracer round. You can see that tracer round's just come in, and look at that, gets a nice kill shot on the Leopard. Brilliant bit of sort of tactical knowledge there, and skill from Scarecrow, just scanning that area, which is important to do. You know, say if you think there's something back there and someone's advancing, keep an eye on it, because chances are, you know, you may not get lit, but you can see the tracer around and just get the blind shot in. Tries getting a shot on the second Leopard 1 there. Unfortunately, the shot just derps. Now he's going to sort of take his time, lead the shot. The Leopard's distracted by the E4, so he's not sort of honed in on Scarecrow, so doesn't have to worry. E3, sorry, not E4. I thought it was an E4, but it's an E3 apparently. Yeah, that Leopard gets taken out, and again, another sort of threat taken off the board, where he doesn't have to worry about sort of getting lit up. And he's going to sort of make a little bit of a forward move here, and see the E3 is moving up. And I think he wants to be in a position where if tanks get lit, they're in his render range and he can get shots off safely. So I think it's just coming up to support the E3 here. To be fair, there's only a medium or a heavy tank left, 2 tank destroyers and 2 artillery. So if I'm honest, you're kind of going to guess where the TDs are going to be. You know where artillery is going to be. It's just knowing where that medium or heavy tank is. And like I say, you see that that Waffle has just exposed himself there by getting a shot into that E3. And Scarecrow manages to get a shot in, putting him down to a one shot. Artillery is now focusing on him. So he's just going to get behind this building in this dead type 5 to use as cover, which he does do quite well. And he avoids any damage from artillery. Unfortunately, that that medium tank pulls out just sort of last minute, so I can't really criticise Scarecrow for missing the shot there. That was kind of unexpected. I don't think he was expecting the object 430U to just come out of nowhere like that, so yeah, caught him off guard a bit. But it's going to back off here now. It's got medium tank alive, which isn't a bad thing, because that E6 could potentially go and sort of spot for him. That E6 moving up to the middle, so I think that looks like it's going to be the case. So hopefully that will give Scarecrow the opportunity to get some shots off if that E6 lights anybody up. And I think that's what's going to happen now. He's going to move up to the on the left hand side up the K line, and just get in a position where if the E6 spots at the back, you know, any TDs or potentially that 430U that was around here, you know, Scarecrow can be in a position where he can get shots in and hopefully get shots in safely. So I say he's got all his hit points, so that'll come in use for for any of these engagements that are coming up, because we're coming sort of end of the game now really, and that's where all your hit points are going to matter most. That's where you can start looking at where you can trade, what you can trade with. It just gives you that flexibility to sort of win the game basically. So yeah, he's coming out the middle. The E6 is backed off though, and it looks like the E6 is going to make his way up to the A line. I don't know if he got out spotted by any of the TDs and is just backing off because he's he can't spot up the tank destroyers. There's a possibility there, not sure. But Scarecrow's coming round now. He's going to try and catch out some of these guys on the hill. He's loaded HEs, so I think he's expecting to light up artillery potentially, or like I say, some lightly armoured TDs, which he can definitely sort of take a lot of hit points off. HE rounds on a Waffle could potentially do, potentially take 600 damage, so it's worth doing for the artillery. But looks like both artilleries have had a bit of punish already. One of the tank destroyers did get taken out there, which only leaves one more now. Let's say it's 4 versus 3. The E6 has been killed off, and there we go. He's seen artillery. Artillery is trying to run away and slaps in the shot lead. He did swap back to his APCR just because he wasn't entirely sure what he was going to come across. But he does spot up the SU-122 tank destroyer. Now he's going to line up a shot, and unfortunately gets hit by a tank destroyer and set on fire. And that is really unlucky there, because let's say he had all his hit points and now he's been put under half. And yeah, that's not ideal, to be honest. So yeah, bit unlucky, but that's what happens when Waffle has an engine in the front. It's going to be, it's very likely that it's going to get set on fire if it gets hit in the front there. So it's just unfortunate nature of the game, and it's just the nature of this tank destroyer. But it's come back up now. He's unspotted. Still got that 430U floating around somewhere, and that's not been lit up for a while. So I think at this point it's sort of thinking, well, I know where artillery is and you know where the tank destroyer is, but where the hell is the medium tank? Because last thing you want to do is sort of try and move around and engage the artilleries or the tank destroyer, not knowing where the medium tank is. But he's spotted up the SUs, out spotted him, which is great. Slaps a shell in there, putting him on a one shot, and now he's just gonna get out of dodge. Oh, this is tight. Manages to get a shot in. That was a risky play there, if I'm honest, but he manages to take out that tank destroyer, which is good. I think he's rushed it because obviously there's only a minute on the clock now, so kind of wants to wrap this game up. It's going to basically depend on who's done the most amount of damage. Unfortunately, artillery gets taken out. Oh, it's actually an object 780. Apologies, I thought it was a medium tank. It's actually a 780, which is a heavy tank. So it's got this 780 that's around. The artillery has obviously made a runner.
We saw the French artillery running earlier on. Not sure where the other artillery is, but he's scooted as well. He's got out there, and I think this is probably the 780 that is capping. But he knows where one tank is, and there we go. And see, one of the artillery is running. That's the Batchat. That's got some really good mobility. So again, I think that guy might potentially be canning the base, but doesn't matter anyway because the timer has actually run out. Scarecrow unfortunately run out of time, and unfortunately doesn't pick up the victory, but does get second place on the leaderboard. An absolute phenomenal game there with 9.5k damage, 1500 assists, 6 kills, a high caliber medal, Top Gun medal, and the ace tanker. So yeah, you can see he's done a brilliant job, but unfortunately just couldn't put the game to bed and just run out of time. Unfortunately, we had a bit more time. Probably could have wrapped that game up and probably surpassed the 10k mark. Only needed one more shot really to do that. So yeah, gutted. But thanks to Scarecrow for sending this one in. It was a pleasure to watch, to be fair, and a fantastic game. And he has got his own channel. It does pop up a few bits there and then, guys. So yeah, if you want to sort of go and check out some of his previous videos, then I'll put the link in the description below. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.